Today, I want to introduce a new video format. For those who have been following me, you probably have noticed that I took a little break. And there are two reasons for the break. The first reason is simple. I just found out that I'm pregnant. And this took us a little by surprise, and my husband and I panicked a little. But that was just the first reason. Hi, this is Chi from Deepling, a channel that makes Chinese easy. If you're new here, this is a place where you can learn Chinese as easily as possible and for free. So if learning Chinese is something that you want to do, subscribe and like this video. Now back to the reasons. The second reason for the longer break happened during the break. You see, taking a break brings a lot of benefits, and one of them is that it truly forces you to take a recap on what has happened so far. And I took the time to force myself to watch all the videos I produced so far over and over again, and there I discovered something that I did not want to admit before. It requires a lot of work to watch the videos. I know I repeat this very often. In order to learn a language, you actually need to spend time with it. But at the same time, as a course designer, I do see it in my obligation to make it as easy as possible for you to spend time with it. So it is my obligation to make the course both informative and entertaining. And I have to admit, for the entertaining part, it is a little thin. The average watch time of each video is just about 7 minutes. And I know why. It really requires a lot of work to watch these videos. You truly have to dive in, and you cannot watch these videos spontaneously. This must change. I do want you to watch the videos as easily as possible, wherever and whenever you feel like to. So I decided to stop the Chinese grammar part for now. Instead, I'm bringing out a series of simple stories in simple Chinese for you to listen to repeatedly. For that purpose, I started writing short stories in simple Chinese 2 weeks ago. This is kind of content that you could learn, repeat after, but also passively listen to over and over again whenever you have time. The other change I'm making here is I'm skipping the Chinese characters again for now. Because when I rewatched the videos, I tried to put myself into your shoes, and I realized what a massive amount of content that you really need to learn. And no matter how hard I emphasize that you should not be overambitious, it is natural that you want to be good at it. And it doesn't give you a feeling that you become good at it after doing the exercises. And this is wrong. So I'm skipping the Chinese characters for now. You will only learn content again in Chinese pinyin without tones. However, this doesn't mean I'm not planning on teaching the Chinese characters. I am planning on bringing out a game in a video format in the future, but this is not happening right now.
And this is how it's going to work. You will first hear a story in simple English so that you get a basic idea what you're getting into. Then you will hear the story again in simple Chinese, written in pinyin and literal translations. This is what we call decoding. And finally, you will hear the full story in simple Chinese in pinyin only.
So now let's get started. Initially, this was a private project because I planned to write stories for baby Maxi, Ma Xi, and the collection of these stories will become a book someday. But then I realized the stories are fun to read and it's very easy to understand. Why not share it with everyone who wants to learn Chinese? So I decided to do this. I will read every story in my YouTube channel, And all these stories are original content created exclusively by me. So if you're interested in borrowing any content, please contact me first. And now, finally, let's get started.
Dear Maxie, soon you will arrive in our world. This world has a name. It's called Earth. Here, you will first get to know two people. They are two adults. One is a woman, and the other is a man. You would call them Mom and Dad. And I am that woman. You would call me Mom. My name is Zhang Chi, and I am a Chinese, but also a German, just like you. I am your mom. Your dad and I live in Berlin. Through me and your dad, you will slowly learn some ways to survive and to live on Earth. So I decided to tell you a little story every day, so that you can slowly understand how this world works.
Now, I will read the story in simple Chinese. I will read it extremely slowly so that it's easy for you to follow. At the same time, you will see pinyin shown during the speech, together with a literal translation of each word. This process is what we call decoding.
Now, let's get started. 亲爱的马西，你马上就要来到这个世界上了。这个世界有一个名字，叫做地球。在这里，你首先会认识两个人。他们是两个大人。一个是女人，一个是男人。你会叫他们妈妈和爸爸。我就是那个女人。你会叫我妈妈。我叫张弛，是一个中国人，也是一个德国人，和你一样。我是你的妈妈。我和你的爸爸生活在柏林。你会通过我和你的爸爸慢慢地学会一些怎样在地球上生存和生活的办法。 I know this is a long sentence, and it's probably the most difficult part to understand just by yourself. So let's break it down first by cutting the sentence short down to learn methods. In English, you first say the entire sentence. Slowly learn the methods. Then a subordinate clause, a sentence that describes the word you want to explain. In this case, you would say it in English as slowly learn some methods on how to survive and live on Earth. If you cut it short, this is about learning methods on something. So the final parts of the sentence would be learn methods. Learn methods on what? On how to survive and live on Earth. In Chinese, it's the same logic. The key parts are also learn methods. Adding slowly to it is easy. But in order to describe the word methods, you cannot put the description behind it, but before. So it becomes slowly learn some how-to methods. And if we fill the sentence, the final structure becomes slowly learn some how to survive and live on Earth methods. Now, again, in Chinese. 慢慢地学会一些怎样在地球上生存和生活的办法。Okay, let's move on to the last sentence now. 所以我决定每天给你讲一个小故事，让你可以慢慢地认识这个世界。
And now, the final step. Listen to the story again, and this time with pinyin only. It doesn't matter if you don't understand everything instantly. Important is that you train your ears as often as possible. If you listen to it often enough, you will understand what every sentence means anyways. After that, if you like, you can still do the decoding part by yourself.
亲爱的马西，你马上就要来到这个世界上了。这个世界有一个名字，叫做地球。在这里，你首先会认识两个人。他们是两个大人，一个是女人，一个是男人。你会叫他们妈妈和爸爸。我就是那个女人，你会叫我妈妈。我叫张弛，是一个中国人，也是一个德国人，和你一样。我是你的妈妈。我和你的爸爸生活在柏林。你会通过我和你的爸爸，慢慢地学会一些怎样在地球上生存和生活的办法。所以，我决定每天给你讲一个小故事，让你可以 慢慢地认识这个世界。
So that is it for today. I hope you like this new format, and I really hope you would follow the sequels in the future. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, because together we can make Chinese easy.